back to Brand X Review. This is part 2 of the Bruce Lee retrospective. In this one I'm going to be looking specifically at this book. I got it recently for my birthday, The Treasures of Bruce Lee, which it's one of these books. They do a lot of these for like famous people and like bands and film actors, that kind of stuff, where it's in a box and it kind of comes out of the box like this, and you get lots of like reproductions of just artifacts and various things, and quite heavy on photographs as well. It doesn't take a long time to read basically, even though it's a book. But let's have a look at the thing anyway and see specifically what it is that you get with it. Okay, so here is the book, The Treasures of Bruce Lee, the official story of the legendary martial artist. As you can see on the bottom, it says it's got a foreword by Shannon Lee. There is a book itself, 5 posters, 15 rare facsimile documents and items of personal memorabilia. And you kind of see there's a few little logos and things. It comes in this kind of outer shell to start with. The book kind of slides out there. On the back, maybe a little bit misleading, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but you don't actually get anything like this or this with it, because obviously you wouldn't fit those inside a book, but you do get these, so that's quite nice. Retails for £30, which is what, about $50 in the USA? And let's have a look at it anyway, let's get the thing out. So as I say, it kind of unfolds like this, and as you can see, even as the cover kind of shows, it's more illustrated than it is containing any kind of written stuff. It does actually have stuff written on the inside, quite a bit, but it's more illustrations than anything else, to be honest. So you get these items straight away. You can see how they're kind of tucked away like that. A lot of pages in this are like that, and they are indexed as well. They do actually say the kind of things that you get. So item number 1, an original Chinese language film poster for the movie The Big Boss. The kind of size that these things are, you can see how they open up like this. Very nice. I'm actually considering getting a frame actually for some of these things and putting them up, because they do look very nice. So that was The Big Boss. Obviously, if you've seen the first part of my video of Bruce Lee, kind of go into detail about what the actual films were. So the second item is this. It's kind of like a bookmark. It's a hand-drawn bookmark. As many of Bruce Lee's books had sketches like them on, well, like these on some of the pages. It's something that he did. So those are the first 2 items anyway, so then we get into the rest of the book. So you can see, like I say, it's very heavily illustrated, the contents there. Very good print though. Foreword by Shannon Lee as well. So you can kind of see how much there is there to that. So it kind of goes on with his very early years, well, pretty much from his parents, growing up with his parents, living in Hong Kong when he was very young. And there's a lot of pictures. It kind of tells you who all these people are as well. Just kind of flick through it. You can see how much writing there is. I mean, it is heavily illustrated, but there is a decent amount of stuff to read too, so it's quite good. Goes on through his early career as a child actor as well. Then when he went back to the USA, I think it was just before he turned 18, because he was actually born in America. So to keep citizenship, he had to return to the USA before he was 18. It kind of goes on about that. So his early work with martial arts training. Then we get into the next item. So item 3, an original cinema lobby card for the movie The Big Boss, which, well, actually there's quite a few things in here, so I'll try to find it. Sometimes you get a lot of things kind of tucked into one pocket, so it's kind of hard to get. So this is the lobby card anyway from The Big Boss. That was the first film the first big film that he did, also known as Fists of Fury. Right, so it does actually say there, Fists of Fury, not to be confused with Fist of Fury, which was the film after. So that's that one. That was item number 3 anyway. Item number 4, a poster from one of Ed Parker's now famous karate tournaments. Where the hell is that? Let's just see. It's here. I can't see it for looking. This is that. Have a good look at that. So the next item is item number 5, a letter and signed postcard from legendary boxer Jack Dempsey. So that will be this here. So you can see, or would it be this actually? No, it's not that, it's this. As you can see, it comes in the actual envelope, kind of a copy of the thing itself. It's very nice. It kind of gives the impression that it's creased as well, you kind of see there. But get the thing out. So this is the actual letter and the postcard as well. So you can see this is the actual letter from Jack Dempsey. And also, as I say, there's the postcard as well. It's quite nice. I'll zoom in there on some of the writing. Item number 6, a letter to James Lee from Bruce Lee detailing martial arts moves. So that's this here. That opens up like this. You can see there's quite a bit of stuff there, quite interesting. Then item number 7, which kind of tucked away separately, a photograph from one of Bruce Lee's early kung fu demonstrations. Let's kind of zoom in on that one. And it's got upside down the back. Okay, so we turn the page, and there's a few more photographs here, and that's just kind of part of the thing that they were all tucked away inside of. More photographs, more writing. Bruce Lee's fitness training regime and I can't even speak. Regime and diet. We've got these more pictures here, not so much writing on there. Boxing, fighting competition. More pictures, bit of writing there. Jun Fang Kung Fu, sorry. More pictures, more writing. Demonstrations and development. Some of his things quite famous there. The things he used to do with his thumb. Interesting. On screen in America, then he went back to the USA in the 60s. I think this was kind of Green Hornet. Yeah, there you go, Green Hornet era. Then we get to some more items. This is just something I kind of wrote, just put in there. That's not part of it. Enclosure. So item number 6, a Hong Kong poster advertising the Bruce Lee movie Way of the Dragon. So that is all tucked away inside here, very similar to what I had before with a number of enclosures. So the Way of the Dragon poster is this one here. It kind of opens up. It's quite big, this one as well. Let's get that thing up. As you can see, it's quite a sizable thing. And then so that was that one. Then next we have item number 9, Hong Kong poster advertising the Bruce Lee movie Fist of Fury. So that's this one here. Just get this open so we can have a look at it. So again, quite a large poster. Very nice. I think the posters are kind of the best things that you get in these. Then we have this, which is a letter that Bruce Lee wrote to Black Belt magazine. Kind of goes on a bit. And then the 6th item is kind of tucked away behind here, and that is item number 11. The audience at the premiere of Enter the Dragon were given name badges like these to wear at the showing. So that's that one. So moving on with the rest of the book, you got some more stuff here about Green Hornet, early Hollywood appearances. So there's a thing there with the recently deceased James Garner when he appeared in a film with him. Some other stuff. Then it kind of moves on to his larger films that he did in the early 70s, starting with The Big Boss, known as Fists of Fury, which I covered in my Bruce Lee retrospective, if it's still on YouTube. There's a few bits and pieces there about that. Then Fist of Fury, also known as The Chinese Connection, that was the second film. Some more photographs. Then Way of the Dragon, and we have some more artifacts here. So item number 11, which is Bruce Lee's rate card for private tuition as well as his group classes. So I think that's somewhere in here. That's a few bits and pieces. Actually, let's get these out. That will be this here, so you can see. Rate card, obviously that's how much he charged for stuff. So what item was that one? That was item number 12. So item number 13, quite a nice thing actually. Steve McQueen sent Bruce Lee this get well card with flowers when he was injured, when Bruce Lee was injured. Quite a nice thing. Big fan of Steve McQueen, so that's kind of a double to have this. Hope you're feeling better very soon. Steve McQueen, kind of hard to read that. Item number 14, cards like this were handed out to audiences at the premiere of Enter the Dragon. So that was this. And item number 15, Bruce Lee's handwritten notes for the final fight scene of Enter the Dragon. So that would be this here. It's kind of stapled together. Interesting. Harvest letterhead. You can see that it's kind of sideways drawn, I guess. Then we have this on the back. Oh, quite interesting. Keep using the word interesting a lot. Item number 16, handwritten poem by Bruce Lee. I'll kind of unfold if I can get my hands around it. You can kind of see here that. And there's some drawings at the bottom as well. So that kind of moves on. A bit more stuff. More photographs, a bit more writing. Definitely worth £30. I mean, you can get this cheaper. I got this for about 12. Actually, I got it for about 2 because I got a voucher. So, Enter the Dragon. More pictures. That was the more sort of American film that he did just before he died. Did I see the page? Game of Death, that was the sort of controversial one that I mentioned in my Bruce Lee retrospective. If, as I say, if that's still actually up on the website. More photographs. Ones that got away, it just kind of talks about films that he could have done but kind of fell through. Philosophy of Bruce Lee, there's quite a lot about that in this. You kind of get a better understanding. It's hard to kind of get into briefly, so I won't even attempt to. JKD Origins, that's Jeet Kune Do. We've got some more items here, so what have we got? I've got it indexed here. Item number 17, a membership card for Zhang Fang Gung Fu. That'll be this. Also we've got a few more items kind of tucked away inside here. Let's get all these out, there's another 3 more. So there's Bruce's handwritten and drawn notes on various aspects of martial arts. So that will be this. It's kind of a notebook, kind of opens up. It goes that way actually. Get it that way up. It kind of folds out. You can kind of see the kind of stuff that's in there. I don't want to show the whole thing, but you can kind of get a gist of what it is. Item number 19, a recipe. I can't even read. Item number 19, a receipt for various items of martial arts equipment. Not particularly exciting, but still. A word I've used a lot through this video, interesting. Item number 20, a fill-in personal record for Bruce Lee's Tao of Kung Fu. Bruce Lee would have filled these in for the student, so you can kind of see what kind of thing is. A blank one is this one, so you can kind of see how it worked. Just remarks bit there, empty on the back as well. Moving on, we've got a few other little bits and pieces here, getting towards the back of the book now. More images, bit of writing, but not much. Some other bits and pieces. Dodgy moustache. More about Jeet Kune Do. And that's pretty much it. Well, a bit more there as well. See, you don't actually get this, that's kind of shown on the back of the book. It's kind of the picture of it, so I guess that's the reason why they put it on there. Then there's the thing about his death there as well. And that's pretty much it. It's a very nice book, as I say, very heavily illustrated, but the extra little bits and pieces that you get are very nice. Actually, there are 2 more things here. There's film poster for Enter the Dragon, which was released just after Bruce Lee died. Very nice. And the last item is just some stickers, basically. This sticker sheet. And they are actually stickers as well, it's not just a copy, you can take these out and use them, so you can kind of see the kind of stuff that there is there. So I'd say £30, I mean if you get this for its recommended retail price, it's definitely worth it. So as I say, I got this for 12 off Amazon, and it was brand new. So definitely good value for money anyway. So I would recommend this if you're a fan of Bruce Lee and you haven't got it and you want to just collect stuff like this. Definitely get it. So that's my review anyway of the Bruce Lee films and also the book. There isn't really much else that I've collected, so I can't really talk much more about it. But if I do pick anything else up, check back brandxreviews.com. And there's plenty of other stuff up there now, and there will be plenty more to come in the near future, like I say. So check back, that's the website. Thank you very much for watching.